What is going on, everyone? X-Witcher here, and welcome to the Jules Bianchi tribute career. Now, before we get into this video, I want to make a couple announcements. First one is that this is going to be the last episode in this series, because I've been finding it hard to make. It's just really sort of a bit sad and depressing to make, and it's taking a toll on me a bit, so I've decided I'm going to end this series. I'm going to change the amount of money I donate to make up for that, and I'm going to end this series in probably the most appropriate place, Monaco, the scene of Jules Bianchi's greatest moment in Formula 1, where he finished 9th place and scored his and Manna's, or Marusha's back then, first ever points. Now, next I want to say thanks so much for 50 subs, it's really awesome, I can't thank you enough. And the third thing I want to say is make sure you guys stick around right to the end of this video, as I will be announcing my new career mode series. Okay guys, we're here in qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix as we now start our lap, braking down into Sandevot, into second gear. Third gear is usable through there. I'd choose second because in the lower gear you get better turn in it. So we now run up Beau Rivage into the doubled apex Massenet. Now on the second apex here, right to the left, then flick it back across to the right for Casino Square, and now avoid the bump on the run down to Mirabeau. As we go through Mirabeau, where Rosberg came off in qualifying last year, controversially, into the Lowe's hairpin, the slowest corner in Formula 1, taking it just below 50k an hour, I believe, as we now head down to Portier, get a very good exit out of Portier, because it sets you up for the run through the very famous tunnel here in Monaco. Now run through the tunnel up to 260, 270k an hour, braking down into the Nouvelle Chicane, a very tricky braking zone. Now you cut the corner a bit, very close to the wall there, as we now run towards to back, a very fast and very scary corner, as I haven't pushed too hard through there, as we now head into the swimming pool section, braking down into the slow right left, now accelerating out of there, up through the gears, coming up to Rascasse, very tricky corner Rascasse, and if you're really pushing your luck, can be an overtaking spot as we come through the last corner. You need to get a good exit out of there as we open the DRS, accelerate down the straight, and that's a 1:17.2. That's a very, very good lap time. And by the way guys, I am running on legend difficulty, as I'm sure you already know, and that even if I was in a fast car, that's a good lap time for this difficulty.
Lewis Hamilton has pulled out an impressive performance in today's qualifying session, and it puts him in a strong position now for tomorrow's race. Monaco, the race that every driver wants to win, and today is that chance for one of the current crop of Formula 1 drivers. I'm sure many of them were dreaming of standing on the podium, receiving the winner's trophy last night, but who will make it a reality today? And here are the driver grid positions for today's race.
Kamui and Kobayashi up in, what, P18? Wow. Fairly normal there. Yep, pretty normal grid. Until you see me in a Marusha in second. That's right, guys. That time was good enough for second place on the grid. As we were revving up to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix as I get off to a not very good start. As the fast starting Rosberg gets straight past me into Sandevot. It looks like I have retained P3, as I think a couple cars are going side by side behind me, but I can't really tell. I've got Ricciardo right behind me as we head into Massenet. I'm already dropping a bit off the Mercedes, even after 3 or 4 corners, so that's not a good sign for this race. But to be honest, I wasn't expecting to be able to keep up with the Mercedes, as they are bloody quick in this game, like they are in real life, to be fair. Now, go through... Oh, no, we're now watching with Kevin Magnussen side by side with Kimi Raikkonen around the Lowe's hairpin. That was never going to work. And Magnussen in the wall, now going all over the place. Now, later this lap, his full retard mode has been activated, I think, by the way he's driving. Oh, most definitely it has been, as he's just driven straight into the wall. Yeah, now he's just sitting there spinning his tyres. Now let's have a look at a replay at this in the TV cameras. He's just all over the place, cutting the corner, going really slowly, doesn't know what he is doing, and he just hits the wall. And as you can see, he's taken out Marcus Ericsson in the process. You couldn't see it in the previous camera, that's why I showed you this. Marcus Ericsson has hit his rear and lost his tyre. We now cut to lap number 3, coming around Anthony Nodes onto the main straight, and it looks like Daniel Ricciardo is going straight down our outside. His Renault power beats our Ferrari power as we go too deep into the corner, and Vettel just squeams past. As now Bottas, I should say, goes up our outside around Beau Rivage and into Massenet and got the move done. Now I've dropped down to position 5, but I think Daniel Ricciardo has some front wing damage. Yes, as we now have a look, he gets a much better run out of Anthony Nodes, straight around my outside as I parked it right on the inside of the track. And breaking into Sandoval, and I just come out of absolutely nowhere. As I was talking to my dad, I just couldn't get the car stopped. And he's got front wing damage, as you see Bottas get around my outside into Beau Rivage. It's massive. He actually got air off the top of the hill there. As you can see, he's actually gone into the wall. You see, he's actually put Fernando Alonso into the wall and caused Fernando to actually lose a position in all this madness. As later this lap, he's getting caught up with Roman Grosjean coming through a no-name corner, and Roman then loses 2 positions, and he decides that he should straight line to back and crash with Kamui Kobayashi, because that's a good idea as well. So he's having a horrid race trying to get back to the pits after my inability to stop my car into Sandoval. As we now cut to lap number 9, coming down the main straight, and Massa's in the wall. Somehow I've got away unscathed from that. I don't even know what happened. I'm going to have a look at a replay of this. Actually, I should say I have taken damage. I've actually taken a hell of a lot of front wing damage. You can see I've just got the bit of flat bit, all the fancy stuff on top. It looks like it's all gone as I got air off the top of the hill. As now we have a look on board with Felipe Massa. And he's just, I don't even know, he tried to fake and then go up the inside and then fake to the out. Oh my god, he's being hit by Fernando Alonso, and Fernando Alonso looks like he's lost a tire and out of this race. Yes, Fernando Alonso is out of this race as he's hit the back of a spun Massa in the middle of the straight. As we now cut to later this lap, I'm still limping back to the pit lane as we're coming out of the tunnel. Jenson buttons on straight past me, and because I got no front wing, no front downforce, just can't stop the car, and Jenson's just turned right across me, and I get a warning for that collision. As we now cut into the pit lane, I am changing for a new front wing and I'm putting the prime tires on, but it was a very early stop. As you can see, it's only lap 10, so I've had to change to an alternate strategy and go for a 2-stop, so I will be bolting options on later on in the races. Now, after his loss of front wing, Felipe Massa has no ability to go through Sandoval, unsurprisingly, and then he gets it out of the wall and stops in the middle of the track. And then, yeah, it starts causing a bit of a traffic jam. You'll see in a second. Yeah, that looks like Kvyat, and then he finally decides to move out of the way. I do not know what Massa is thinking right there. They're now on board with Roman Grosjean going awfully slowly. I don't know what he's doing. And oh my god, he's done a Kevin Magnussen. He's just driven straight. Oh my god, he's got hit. He's been hit, and I don't know. I didn't see what happened, but this is on board with Pastor. Just takes out his teammate on the way through. I don't know what happens. I think someone was out of the races now. I think one of the Toro Rossos getting caught on the back of a Sauber. It's Kvyat. Now he's just cleared into the back of Esteban Gutierrez and lost his front wingers. Now there's 2 guys with no front wings parking the bus as Kamui Kobayashi, I think, is getting pushy as the snail just goes clean around them. And I think that Kvyat just put Kobayashi straight into the wall, and Kobayashi's now lost his front wing. Now we've got 3 cars with no front wing all coming into the pit lane, and they're running side by side into the pit lane. This was really cool to see. I've never really seen this before, but I haven't played previous F1 games that much. Now we cut to, I think that's, yes, Kimi Räikkönen trying to lap a Sauber, and the Sauber is just, I don't even know what he's done there, but now the Lowe's hairpin is now a parking lot, as Massa almost got spun by Button. Button's parked it, no, Button's got going again, and that is Roman Grosjean, and he's decided to park it, and now we've got 3 cars just parked on a racetrack, because this is now officially a car park, so yeah, that happened. So now we cut a long time later into this race. Lap 28 now. Not much happened in that stint as I put my options on for a 10 lap dash to the finish. As you can see, that is Lewis Hamilton going past, and I've now been lapped. I'm now a lap down, which is rather disappointing as Grosjean's just passed me, who's actually 2 laps down or something. He's in 17th out of 17 runners. I go up his inside. It's a new chicane. He should be letting me through. He doesn't. I switch back him. Now I'm on the outside as we run down towards to back, and he just backed straight out of it, and I got the move done, but it wasn't really a move because I was lapping him, but it's still cool. So now we cut to lap 33. I'm in position 8. I've got Kimi Räikkönen in front of me. As you can see on the minimap, there's a massive train. You might have to rewind that. I said it a little late. There was a massive train, and I know all the cars in front of me up to about P3, I thought, are in that train. So my goal is now to push like hell to catch that train. As you can see, Kimi Räikkönen's at the back of the train. Lewis Hamilton's in there as well. As I go down the inside, you can see Hülkenberg and Ricciardo all in front of me. As now I'm running side by side around the Lowe's hairpin, and that was never going to work. But looks like no, that has not worked at all. I was hoping that would work. Try and, I don't know, do some switchback stuff on the run. I don't even know what I was thinking, but they always block up into there, so I tried it. As now, oh my god, that's a dive and a half into the Nouvelle chicane. I try and switch back in, but I don't get the power down early enough. As now it looks like I've got the run, but I don't have the straight line into to back, and I smartly back out of it. Räikkönen touches the wall on the outside, and I've got the move done for P7. Wow, somehow that worked. I don't even know, as we're now coming up into Raskas, and all the guys I am racing against are getting out of the way of Hamilton, and I've got past Hülkenberg as Ricciardo's pulled into the pit lane, who's actually a lap down, I should say, and I'm actually up into P6 getting Hülkenberg as he moved out of the way for Lewis Hamilton. It's now on lap 37. I go up the inside of Lewis Hamilton trying to unlap myself, because you can see on the mini-map, the cars in front are not that far ahead, and the pace I had at this stage in the race compared to everyone else, because these were very new option tyres, was ridiculous, and I was trying to catch them. As we cut to the very end of the last lap, you see they are so close, they're just in touching distance. Just another lap, I would be on the back of these guys, and I could have passed them, or maybe passed them. And this is Monaco, so you don't know, but they're so close. I got so close to those guys, and there's 3 of them. So as we crossed the line, I was about 3 seconds off a podium in the end of that race. Yeah, I was 3 seconds off Valtteri Bottas, who was on the 3rd step of the podium. Lewis Hamilton has won the race from Rosberg, then Bottas, Vettel, Button, and me. And Max Chilton, my teammate, is down in P12. Now, let's go on to the new career mode announcement. That's right, guys, for our next career mode, we'll be using Nico Rosberg. Now, before you go, that's going to be boring. It's a Mercedes, it's dominant, and all that sort of stuff, all those thoughts. There is a catch. I have to start every race from last position. I'll be starting P20 for every race, and I will be playing on the hardest difficulty, of course. I don't even know why I have to tell you that. That's kind of obvious. And we will, of course, the goal of the career is to win the world title, and I think we can do it from last. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you are excited for the next career mode. Make sure you do subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you all next time.